Hi, so here we are at day 2. We went over a lot of stuff today. We went over your treatment plan, your diagnosis, we went over all your scans. We figured out where your nervous system was having a breakdown, where the communication between your brain and your body wasn't doing exactly what it's supposed to. Remember, this is when we talked about a subluxation. And so I want to review some of this stuff. It was a lot of information. And subluxation, that's usually a new word for most people. That means where there's a misalignment in your spine causing a breakdown in the communication between your brain and the rest of your body. And so the first thing we did was figure out, did you have subluxations? And then where those subluxations were. So I want to talk a little bit more about that. You've got your brain, and it communicates with everything in your body, every organ in your body, every cell in your body, through your spine. On the inside of your spine is your spinal cord that then creates these yellow things right here. They're your nerves, and they go out to every cell. So my job is to find where there's a misalignment at the bone causing nerve irritation. I get a lot of support from the technology. I have the best technology in this office for finding subluxations, the breakdown of the communication, so that we're also able to assess later on about the improvements that we make. And then also, let's talk about phases of care and why there are phases of care. So the first thing we do is we find the subluxation, that misalignment, and I put it into place. And frequently, it's pulled right back out. And so while I'm putting it into place, which is really, it feels like it's this big change, it's really a small change, it's a nudge. And we get it closer and closer, and finally it goes into position through a process. So that's phase 1 of getting it there. And usually to do that, it takes multiple times throughout the week. And depending on what I found on your scans and on your exam, determined how many days a week that's going to take. But once we get it there, we then stabilize it so it doesn't keep coming back, so you don't keep experiencing the same injury. And that is usually when we also start strengthening your muscles to also help prevent future injuries. That being said, that's kind of standard. Most offices, you experience that. They'll take you through getting it into place and stabilizing it. But then we also offer this amazing thing at the office that's wellness care. And what wellness care is it's acknowledging that our behaviors, at how we live, they're conducive to creating misalignments in our spine. So let's talk about how that happens. So you go to sleep at night, and some of you are stomach sleepers, which means your head's up. Unless, of course, my only recommendation if you're a stomach sleeper is that you have to cut a hole in your mattress so that your neck is actually happy, which you're not going to do that. The other one is if you're a back sleeper and you're sleeping on 2 pillows, your neck's cranked forward, and so you're there for 6 to 8 hours a night. You get up, you're driving in a car, head forward, you go to an office or school, you're sitting down at a desk, head forward, how you doing, and our lives are spent like this. And frequently the stuff that causes this is stuff that we love to do, and we don't want to stop doing it, but we also don't want the nerve irritation that happens from the misalignment and the posture changes. And so with wellness care, what I do is we correct the misalignment so you can go back out and do the things you love. And we just check in and make sure your nervous system is responding really well, and when it gets out of alignment, we put it back in. I know that I get adjusted every week. And the reason I get adjusted every week is because there are so many things I love to do, and I'm very competitive, and I want to be the best at it. And chiropractic wellness care gives me that extra edge. And so I'm sure, like, as we go through this process, you're going to notice a lot of kids, pregnant ladies, and people in all walks of life in my office here getting wellness care, because that's the little edge that helps us experience that life of possibility that we're looking for, not probability. And so that's the point with the wellness care. So the phases of care: first, we put it into place, we stabilize it, and this is all about nerves and getting the nerves to actually be healthy and expressing health. And then we maintain it, which is a plan that I call wellness care. All right. So I look forward to your next appointment, and please, any questions that you have, don't hesitate to either email me or ask me while you're here. Have a great day.